from Retiring Disgracefully. Lovely morning here, sunrise just coming up in Overhind. This morning I'd like to talk to you about cost of living here and how much it costs to live as a retiree or as an expat here in Thailand. The cost of living for expat retirees in Thailand was on the rise up until COVID arrived in early 2020 due to the amount of tourists coming here, pushing up the prices. Since COVID reared its ugly head and tourists have stopped arriving in large numbers, many businesses have had to drop their prices to try and attract what few tourists and expat retirees that are living here in their country. So today I want to do a video on how much you will need to retire to be able to live in Thailand. So this video will be about how much you'll need to live a fairly good life here in Thailand. Obviously, if you don't have a great income, you can live a lot cheaper than what I'm going to show you and advise you. For instance, if you just rent a room for about 4,000 baht a month, don't go out and socialise, and survive by eating out of food stalls and buying pot noodles from 7-Eleven, you can live on a fraction of the cost that I'm quoting here. Likewise, if you've an unlimited budget and retirement income, you can have a much grander lifestyle and live like a king for a lot less than it'll cost you to live in most Western countries. Also, it'll depend on what city, town or island you choose to live in when you get here. Obviously, the most expensive areas to live are the main tourist areas such as Phuket and Pattaya, and islands such as Koh Samui, Koh Phangan or any other island. And of course, the capital of Thailand, Bangkok. Hua Hin is a touristy town, but it's not as expensive to live here as it is in most other tourist towns, which is the reason Hua Hin attracts a lot of expats and retirees to live here, as there's an estimated 13,000 expats living here now. If you choose to live in an area that doesn't attract many tourists, such as Khon Kaen, Udon Thani, Korat, then you'll find the cost of living will be even lower in those towns. So this is a realistic and achievable cost of living estimate. As I said, you can live on a lot less, and many expats do. But personally, I wouldn't recommend it. Living in Thailand with not much money is not much fun and not a good way to spend your golden years. Because I've most recently lived in Koh Samui, I'm going to base the costs on what I know about living in Koh Samui. But keep in mind that prices can and do vary depending on where you choose to live. So let's start with what will probably be the most expensive part of your staying here in Thailand, your rental accommodation. Depending on what your needs are and the lifestyle that you want to live, you can rent a room with an ensuite bathroom, small kitchen and sometimes a communal swimming pool for about 5,000 baht a month. I rented a one-bedroom house with a swimming pool for 10,000 baht a month. So let's go with that and say your rent costs 10,000 baht a month. Keep in mind that the price of rent is low now because of COVID, but that could change in the future. So you need to budget that in that it might go up in years to come when tourism comes back. Going hand in hand with renting is the cost of electricity and water. Sometimes water is included, electric rarely is included unless you rent a hotel room, which many people now do, with the prices of 3-star hotels being as low as 10,000 baht a month due to them trying to stay open during COVID. The way many hotel operators see it is that it's better to keep their hotel open and break even, or make just a little money rather than closing the hotel and waiting for tourism to return. My electric bill in my house in Samui was around about 700 baht a month. Keep in mind that the government charge 5 baht per unit, but many landlords charge up to 9 baht per unit of electric used. So let's round that off to 1,000 baht for electric. Water's not expensive here, so let's say 300 baht a month for water. Next is your food cost, and this again will depend on your outlook on life and what you like to eat, whether you like to cook at home or eat out for every meal. You can eat very cheaply here if you eat where many of the Thai people eat, at Thai food outlets and market stalls. You can eat for less than 150 baht a day, but let's double that and say 300 baht a day. So let's say that food costs would be 9,000 baht a month. Next up is transport. I drive a motorbike that I fill up normally about once a week for 80 baht. So let's round that off and say you use 120 bahts worth of petrol a week. That's 480 baht a month for petrol. Servicing is very cheap, just a few hundred baht every six months or so. So let's say that's 1200 baht for a year for servicing. Plus there's 450 baht to register your motorbike each year. So that would be 1650 baht to keep your bike on the road. If you don't want to drive a motorbike or a car, I would suggest that you find a place that is in walking distance to the centre of town that you decide to live in, to avoid taxi fares, because they can be quite high. If you don't have your own vehicle when you do need to get around, I would suggest using motorbike taxis or sontaos or tuk-tuks to get around, as they're much cheaper than conventional taxis. Next up is entertainment and going out, and once again this will depend on your lifestyle and what you want out of living in Thailand. If you want to frequent lady bars and buy lady drinks all night, and perhaps take a lady home for the night, and you're on a fairly low income, then your budget will be blown out of the water, as can be attested by many expats who've come to live here. If that's what you like, then please feel free to adjust this estimate accordingly to fit your circumstances. I enjoy going out and do so regularly. I can go out and have a meal and a few drinks for less than 500 baht a night. So let's say I go out 3 nights a week and spend about 6,000 baht a month on going out. So next is mobile phone expenses and internet. Mobile phone costs vary quite a lot depending on what you use your phone for and how much data you want to download. I got a cheap contract for just a couple of hundred baht when I first arrived here, and it was good for just making phone calls, but for sending emails, the internet, or downloading from the internet, it wasn't so good. So I upgraded, and I now pay 600 baht a month, which I think would be the average price that most people pay here. When you're not in your home, you'll find that most shopping centres, bars, restaurants and coffee shops offer free Wi-Fi to their customers. So you can always find free Wi-Fi if you look. As for Wi-Fi in your home, I found that most places that I've rented have included Wi-Fi. So if you look for a place that includes Wi-Fi in the rent, you'll save about 500 baht a month on Wi-Fi charges. If you're over 50 and coming here on a retirement visa, the yearly cost of that retirement visa is 2,000 baht. If you go through a visa agent, then it'll cost you much more, but there's really no need to do that. Once you get your first retirement visa, the Thai process is quite simple when reapplying each year. If you're under 50 and want to live here, then it's a different kettle of fish, as every 3 months you have to leave Thailand and cross the border into Malaysia, Cambodia or Laos to renew your tourist visa, which can be quite costly and time consuming. So you need to add these 3 monthly costs of renewing your visa into the equation if you're under 50. And if you want to live here, also keep in mind that to get the retirement visa, you have to have either 850,000 baht in your Thai bank account or a proven income of at least 65,000 baht a month. Whatever country you live in, there's always going to be unexpected bills and miscellaneous things that you'll need to buy. Your phone can die on you, or your motorbike needs fixing, so you'll have to figure those into the equation, as this is just a basic rundown of the costs of living in Thailand from week to week. So the monthly costs of living in Thailand are rent 10,000 baht a month, electric 1,000 baht a month, water 300 baht a month, food 9,000 baht a month, yearly motorbike costs 1,650 baht every year, petrol 480 baht a month, entertainment 600 baht a month, laundry 240 baht a month, your mobile phone costs around about 600 baht a month, retirement visa averaging 166 baht a month, which comes to 27,323 baht per month, or 327,876 baht per year. So let's add 5% on there for miscellaneous things that go wrong, things that I might have forgotten. So that would bring the monthly total to 28,600 389 baht a month, and the yearly total to 344,270 baht per year. As I previously said, these are just ballpark figures. You can survive on a lot less depending on how you want to spend your time in Thailand on retirement. But on the flip side, you can spend a lot more if you have the funds to finance that lifestyle. What I haven't budgeted for is medical problems, or if you need dental treatment, pharmaceuticals, or visiting a hospital or a clinic if you get sick. You'll have to work those out for yourselves, as it depends on your health and fitness, medical needs, or if you have an accident. But be aware that if you don't have medical insurance here in Thailand, hospital treatment can be very expensive, though dental treatment would be a lot cheaper than you pay in most Western countries. If you're all like me, you may find it hard to get medical insurance, and if you can find an insurance company to take you on, it will be very expensive. So there we have it. It'll cost you 1,200 Australian dollars or 850 US dollars or 650 Great British pounds a month to live a fairly decent life here in Thailand. Not bad for 300 Aussie dollars a week. I know that if I was still living in Australia, 300 would not even cover my rent. So I'm happy living my life here in retirement in Thailand. Now when I've done this budget, I've only done it for one person, me, what I spend. That doesn't cover the cost if you intend to take a Thai girlfriend or marry a Thai lady. If that's the case, you might want to at least double this estimate because they can be quite an expensive commodity. So if you haven't already done so, please push the subscribe button. It'll help me a lot. Thank you very much. And push the thumbs up button. And if you know of anyone who might like to watch my videos, push the link button and forward that to them. If you're thinking of retiring or living in Thailand, please take a look at my book, The Retiring Thailand Handbook, the first 6 months. You'll find it on Amazon. It's crammed full of information to help you tiptoe over the logistics of making Thailand your home in retirement. Thanks a lot for watching my video. So until next time, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.